I did want to talk about stairs specifically because there's a lot of research on stairs and stair design and stair accessibility and how that can affect physical activity patterns, okay? So of course, taking the stairs is going to be better for physical activity and cardiorespiratory health and all these different health measures compared to taking an escalator or an elevator, and it's better for the environment too. But there's a lot of barriers to the use of stairs. So there's the perception that it takes too long because it's too much effort, or they're just like not easy. They're designed poorly. They're dangerous. They're the height of the stairs. Have you ever been on stairs where the height is just like a bit too high and you feel like you're tripping over it to get up, right? Or too low and your feet just, it feels awkward to go up, right? There's an ideal stair size that fits the bodies of most people, but if it's poorly designed, that can negatively affect people's desire to take those stairs. Okay, we're going to talk about some more design features and give you examples in the next few slides. Okay, also the aesthetics. If stairs, and lots of researchers show that if stairs are more aesthetically pleasing, then people are more likely to take them too. Okay, so I'll give you some local examples as an SFU examples, from when we were on campus, about the difference between different stair designs. So open stairs, like the ones we see in the Maggie Benson Center, are more likely to be used, or they more kind of draw you in than these closed stairs. You don't even know it's there and you're like, this is not appealing to me. I don't know how you feel about it, but I would, not be drawn to take that stair, or I would have to already want to take the stairs to take these stairs. Okay. We also have examples around science stores I think this is an MBB building, where we have kind of this semi-open design, and we have this in BPK too, where you can see the stairs, but they're behind kind of a glass door. And this is just one extra barrier to taking the stairs, but it's better than closed stairs, okay? Also, if stairwells are more attractive, we're probably more likely to use them compared to these look like scary stairs. I don't know what goes on in those stairs, but I don't want to take those stairs myself. As a side note, I'm part of the BPK Mental Wellness Committee, and one of the things that we've really tried to do in BPK is improve the kind of aesthetics of the department. And one of the things we have really lobbied for is to improve the stairwell right outside of the main office. But, we ran into the same kind of things we keep talking about in this unit, that, the university said no to a lot of things, and they had some good reasons for why they said no, but, you can't just be like, I'm going to go paint this, or I'm going to go put this, piece of art up. There's lots of considerations. You have to work with the organization. It's not, if you own a building, it's easy, but sometimes these interventions are difficult because of the administrative hoops you have to jump through. Okay, so yeah, here are BPK stairs, and here, actually I don't know where these other stairs are, but they're, we really wanted to improve these stairs, but we weren't able to. But we've really tried to improve the signage around BPK to get people to move through the department a lot more fluidly. Okay, so to get into more specifics about what the research says about stairs, there was one study that looked at stairs and escalators in Montreal shopping centers. I think this is in the Simons building here. And what they looked at is people's likelihoods to take the stairs or the escalators. And they found that when the distance between stairs and escalators were large, like they're separated, people are more likely to take the stairs. Whereas if the stairs and the escalators are right beside each other, people are more likely to take the escalators, okay? This doesn't surprise me. More people take the stairs to go down than to go up. Makes sense for cardiorespiratory reasons. And so they replicated this study in Beijing, and they found very similar outcomes as well. Okay, so study shows that staircase location is just as important and should be factored in when planning new buildings. And if you're planning a building, you're planning a shopping center, etc., and you have escalators, elevators, and stairs, you'd prefer that very few people use the elevators because that's a bigger use of electricity and a bigger cost. So if you were to design malls, etc., in a way where the stairs are really appealing, and they're kind of offset from the escalators and the elevators, that might make people more likely to take the stairs. And I found that as well. When I go to a mall and the stairs are really nice, I'll like go out of my way to take those. Okay, I just take stairs anyway, but nonetheless. So there's other interventions that can also help people potentially take stairs, like signage. You know, this kind of motivation signage, free workout, just steps away. So that's a sign on an elevator that tells people to take the stairs, which are close beside. Okay. Also, there's another intervention where they show like, you know, how many calories are burned. And again, this other signage here that suggests burning calories and not electricity. So kind of that environmental voice there, that again might help people to take those stairs. Okay, this is more signage. Again, that extra prompt to just take those stairs. But here we have a close proximity between the stairs and the escalator. So if they were to separate those a little bit more, they would have maybe a better chance for people to take the stairs. Okay. Now, as far as local research, and this is from Scott Lear. So Scott Lear is, I think he's still a faculty member in BPK, but maybe not. He was, at least he was, but he definitely is in health science here at SFU, and he does a lot of research on the built environment and in particular cardiovascular health and physical activity specifically as well. So him and his lab have done lots of research on kind of downtown Vancouver and different components of the built environment and how they affect physical activity. So in this study, they looked at 138 buildings in downtown Vancouver, but only 123 were actually fit their inclusion criteria, and they assessed these buildings for their stairs. Okay, so were those stairs visible from the entrance to the building? Was there a door? Ideally, there is no door. Was the door solid, if it was there, or was it glass, see-through, so it's easy to get through? Okay, was the stairwell brightly lit? And was the stairwell spacious enough for two people? Okay, so they found that about half of buildings had the stairwells visible from the main entrance, but a third of those stairwells were locked. And that does not surprise me because like I said, I'm a stair taker, and I've sometimes gone to buildings and like looked for the stairwells and found a stairwell and it's locked. And of course that's going to negatively impact my physical activity for the day. Okay. And only about a fifth of them had signs on the stairwell doors. Okay. Of the 83 stairwells that were accessible, about half of them were brightly lit, and only about a third of them were spacious enough for two people, okay? Only about 10%, 11% of the buildings had accessible stairwells that met all of their accessibility criteria. So the kind of conclusion of this study was based on their environmental characteristics, very few buildings were set up in a way that encouraged stair use. For the work environment to be conducive to increased physical activity, building policy will need to consider the implications of design on activity patterns. Now, what does this have to do with you guys? Well, I don't know what you're going to be doing in the future, but you might go into, let's say, healthcare or health promotion, or you might have some sort of other job entirely where you are working in an office or working in some sort of building. You know, and if you are one of the decision makers or you're on a committee that is involved ever in the planning of a building, you know, it's important to have those voices there that say, hey, these are things we need to think about. And it's not just about physical activity, but it's also about social connectivity. It's also about creating a very fluid and flowy environment and a positive work environment too. Okay, so things to think about. Okay, here are some other examples of, you know, nice stair design that like asks you to walk up them. Okay, so a little bit about stairs and physical activity. Okay, see you in the next module.